You spend 3 hours writing a script. You record it, edit it, upload it, and the video dies at 30% retention. Here's the thing. It's not your idea. It's not your delivery. It's how you're using AI. Most people think AI scriptwriting is simple. You type a prompt, hit enter, and boom, perfect script. But anyone who's actually tried it knows that's not how it works. The output? Generic, robotic. It sounds like every other AI-generated video flooding YouTube right now. And if you're planning to turn that script into an AI-generated video, you need the text formatted exactly right. You can't just wing it. The tools are precise. They need clean, structured input or the whole thing falls apart. So writing it manually, that's not practical anymore. But using AI blindly, that doesn't work either. The real skill is teaching AI to write the way you need it to. Let me show you what happens when you don't train the AI properly. You open ChatGPT or whatever tool you're using. You type something like, write me a YouTube script about productivity tips, and it gives you something. It looks like a script. It has an intro, some bullet points, a conclusion. But when you read it out loud, it sounds off, too formal, too listy, like a PowerPoint presentation, not a conversation. That's because AI doesn't know your audience. It doesn't know your tone. It doesn't know that viewers will click away the second they sense the script is formulaic. Here's the other issue. If you're generating videos with AI tools like OpenArt or similar platforms, you need the script in text form. You can't improvise or adjust on the fly. The AI video generator needs exact lines, exact pacing. If your script is weak or unclear, the video will be too. And yes, OpenArt is solid for this. I use it myself, not because someone paid me to say that, but because it handles multiple formats. It's affordable, and it actually works. Links in the description if you want to try it. But the tool doesn't matter if your script foundation is weak. So how do you fix this? You train the AI, not in a complicated technical way. You give it rules, context, a framework. Think of it like hiring a writer. If you just say, write something good, they'll guess. But if you say, here's the tone I want, here's what to avoid, here's how I want the pacing to feel, they'll deliver something way closer to what you actually need. AI is the same. It needs constraints. And I'm going to walk you through the exact framework I use. It's not a prompt. It's a full instruction set that turns AI from a random content machine into a trained scriptwriter. First, never let the script sound AI generated. That means no robotic tone, no filler, no motivational fluff that says nothing. Every sentence has to move the story forward. If a line doesn't add value, cut it. AI loves to repeat itself in different ways. You have to train it not to do that. Next, tone. You're not writing for a crowd. You're talking to one person, one viewer who's deciding in the first 30 seconds whether to stay or leave. That means you speak directly, simply, and with purpose. The hook is everything. Don't open with, in today's video, I'm going to show you. That's the kiss of death. Start with a pain point, a mistake, a realization, something that makes the viewer say, wait, that's me. Then, as the script unfolds, you reveal the topic gradually. You don't dump everything up front. You build curiosity. You give just enough to keep them leaning in. And here's a technique that changes everything. Attention resets. Every 60 to 90 seconds, you need a moment that pulls focus back. A line like, this is where it gets interesting, or most people skip this part, and that's why it doesn't work. You're constantly reminding the viewer why they're still watching. Now, structure. A 10 to 12-minute script isn't about padding. It's about depth. You need a strong opening that sets the stage, then a middle that develops the idea, not in a list, but as a progression. Each point should flow into the next, and the ending, it should feel earned, not rushed, not a generic summary, a real takeaway. AI doesn't naturally do this. If you just say, write a 10-minute script, it'll stretch weak ideas to fill time. That's why you have to feed it your raw points, the actual structure you want. But here's the key. You don't tell it to explain every single point you give it. You tell it to choose what matters, to expand the strong ideas and cut the weak ones, to think like an editor, not a copy machine. That's the difference between a script that feels human and one that feels like an assignment. All right, so how do you actually do this? I use Claude AI. It's free for basic tasks like this. There's a paid version, but for scripting, the free plan handles it just fine. Here's what you do. Go to Claude, click on Projects, create a new project, name it whatever you want. I usually call mine something like Scriptwriting Tool, so I know exactly what it's for. Then, in the project instructions box, you paste the full framework. Every rule, every guideline, the tone, the structure, the pacing rules, the retention techniques, all of it. I'll drop a link to the full instruction doc in the description. You can copy it, paste it into Claude, and start using it immediately. Once that's set up, every time you come back to that project, Claude remembers. You don't have to retrain it. You just give it your raw topic or bullet points, and it writes based on the system you've built. That's when the output shifts. It stops sounding generic. It starts sounding like your voice, just cleaner, tighter, more deliberate. When you get this right, the difference is immediate. Your scripts stop feeling like work. They flow, they hold attention. And when you feed them into AI video tools, the final product actually works because the foundation is solid. You're not guessing anymore. You're not rewriting 3 times because something feels off. You're working with a system that knows what good looks like. And the best part? Once you train the AI, it stays trained. You build the tool once, and then you use it over and over. Look, AI isn't magic. It's a tool. And like any tool, it only works if you know how to use it. You can't just ask it to write a script and expect gold. But if you take the time to set it up properly, to teach it your rules, your tone, your structure, it becomes one of the most powerful creative tools you have. So grab that instruction doc from the description, set up your project, and start testing it. Because the difference between a script that performs and one that flops, it's not talent, it's process. And now you have one.